you, Dr. Callahan and Dennis Condon, one of our high school students. I always get a little choked up hearing the bagpipes and seeing all of our students looking like adults coming in. Welcome, everyone. At this time, I'd like the 8th grade band students to please go to the 8th grade, to the band tent. I'd like to welcome everybody here. Good afternoon. 8th grade in the band, go ahead. Thank you all for coming and celebrating our moving up ceremony for the class of 2024. I'd like to ask Dr. Maria Thompson, Director of Humanities, to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing while our national anthem is played by the 8th grade band, directed by Mr. Andrew von Bachoff.
Thank you, 8th grade band. I would now like to welcome Dr. Cheryl Champ, Superintendent of Schools.
You may be seated. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, Ms. Sabia, Mr. Llewellyn, Dr. Thompson, faculty, staff, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, brothers, sisters, family, and friends, and most importantly, our students, the Pelham Middle School class of 2024. I am honored to be with you. We can give them a hand, yeah. We'll do that lots today, I hope. I'm honored to be with you today to share just a few brief comments. Today's moving up ceremony marks yet another milestone in your journey toward adulthood. Many of you attended preschool moving up ceremonies and then kindergarten graduation, 5th grade moving up, and now 8th grade moving up. Throughout these various stages, you hopefully made many friends, built strong relationships with your teachers and school staff, and had numerous memorable and engaging academic experiences along the way. It is my hope that your middle school years took those lessons from your early years of schooling, lessons about sharing, taking turns, kindness, acceptance, appreciation for one another's differences, and respect, and put them into practice in more challenging and complex ways. It is also my hope that your time in middle school built a new set of academic and personal skills to prepare you for your future endeavors. As I thought about my comments today, I remembered two very significant visuals that represent Pelham Middle School. First, I was inspired by this year's 8th grade mural that each of you helped to create, entitled From Everywhere to Here. This beautifully crafted map shows the family heritage of everyone in the class, an incredible celebration of the uniqueness and the story that each student brings with them to Pelham Middle School. The map is surrounded by a band of connected flags from each of those countries, which speaks to me of both diversity and unity, of time and place, where each of you are part of the middle school, here and now, at this special moment in time. And then I thought about the tree that symbolizes all of the programs and approaches that this school offers, with its roots grounded in our overarching plan for the district. As I thought about these two concepts, I realized they're related. Every student comes to middle school with their own personal story and history. You come from different cultures, different elementary schools, different backgrounds with different experiences. And we treasure the fact that our students come from so many places across the globe. You come here as individuals to become united as one student body, rooted in the principles and practices that make Pelham Middle School unique. And here we grow and thrive together, like that tree, and work to master content and skills, IB learner quality traits, the principles of character education, and to be well-rounded human beings, empowered to contribute to a culture of dignity in our local, national, and global community. I suppose the next image or analogy should be something like the release of pollen from the buds on the tree, or acorns, or a bird, or something like that. Something that takes all those lessons learned from the rich history and culture you all bring together into an intertwined, growing community, and then back out into the world to share all of your gifts and talents and replicate those gifts. I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet, but I bet one of you does. Knowing how creative and connected this class has become, I imagine it is only a matter of time before that next symbol comes to be, that represents you as a class as you move together into high school and then out into the world. I look forward to seeing that vision become a reality over these next 4 years as you head to high school. So as you prepare to cross that formerly forbidden and unfortunately unair-conditioned hallway into the high school, remember you are inquirers, thinkers, communicators, risk takers who are knowledgeable, principled, balanced, and reflective. We're counting on you to apply those skills, and everyone here will be along with you along the way to support you and help you reach your goals. We are so proud of who you are and look forward to the many great things yet to come from this class. Congratulations, 8th graders, and best wishes in high school.
Thank you, Dr. Champ. Please turn your attention back to our band tent, where our 8th grade band will perform Back in Black by AC/DC, arranged by Mr. Andrew von Bachhoff. Thank you to the 8th grade band and Mr. Von Bacco. Will the members of the 8th grade band please rejoin the rest of your class on the risers? I would now like to welcome Gianna Salerno, our Student Government President.
Good evening to all families, friends, and fellow graduates. As I stand here today, there is one particular song lyric that describes how many of us feel. In the song, From Austin by Zach Bryan, he says, "Wish I was born with concrete shoes, but I'm leaving tonight." It's fair to say that there are a mix of emotions among us, some wanting to stay in middle school, others excited for the journey ahead. However, middle school will always be a memorable experience regardless. Starting in 6th grade, where we became detectives and tried so hard to figure out the mystery in the Westing game just for Mr. Westing to still be alive. Then 7th grade, where we were all convinced Mr. Stein genuinely thought the earth was flat, but in reality, he was just proving a point. And finally, 8th grade, where we spent a social studies class jumping over desks as Mr. Acasella and Miss Bonacorso had Nerf guns set up around the room. No matter how much fun we have in high school, these are the kinds of things we'll never forget, but now it's time to move forward. It's safe to say that each and every one of us have used the phrase, "I can't wait." Whether it was for a party, a holiday, summer, or even just for the weekend to come, everyone has. Now, it's not that there's anything wrong with being excited for special occasions, but why can't any day be fun and exciting? The answer is, it can be. Life is what you make it. Weekdays don't have to be repetitive and boring. It's us that makes them repetitive. We choose how we spend our time. So, here's my advice to you. Don't spend 5 days of the week just waiting for 2. Make the most of each and every day we're here, but enjoy it. Time is limited, but opportunities are not. As Zach Bryan says in the song Dawns, "It just dawned on me, life is as fleeting as a passing dawn." It feels like just yesterday that we entered middle school, and now we are already off on a new adventure to high school. So plan that trip, go on the ride, and visit family. There's no need to wait for an occasion. However, there are a few things in life you must wait for, such as success. You cannot experience success without encountering failure. When I think of people who I consider successful, I think Tom Brady, Babe Ruth, Walt Disney, Kevin Hart, and Bill Gates. Tom Brady. When you hear that name, you may think of the Tom Brady roast, but let's forget about that and focus on the fact that he is one of the greatest athletes of all time. At first, he was not fast enough, and coaches saw no potential in him. He was drafted 6th round in the NFL draft, and in case you're not a football fan, there's 7 rounds. And now Babe Ruth, arguably the most historically significant and greatest baseball player of all time. He struck out 1,330 times. Walt Disney, founder of the most magical place on earth. He was fired from his job for a newspaper after not being creative enough. Kevin Hart, an iconic and loved actor. He scored a 585 on a 400 to 1600 point scale on his SAT exam. And finally, Bill Gates, CEO of Microsoft and one of the richest people alive with a net worth of $130.5 billion. He dropped out of college and co-founded a failed business. Notice a pattern? Now, this goes for everyone. When we perform poorly in sports, don't get a good grade, get rejected from college, or even get fired, just know that it is one crucial step closer to the top. As we return home tonight and the sun sets, Mr. Hambury may explain how it's proof of Earth's rotation, but it is also evidence that endings can be beautiful too. Congratulations to the class of 2024 as we now become the class of 2028. Thank you.
Thank you, Gianna. I'd now like to introduce Ms. Sarah Pinsker and Mrs. Rose Hogan, who will present the Community Project Awards.
The Community Project Award is given to students who went above and beyond on their culminating IB service project. This was a very difficult decision. This grade did a wonderful job overall. The first group receiving this award today spent countless hours fundraising, raising the most amount of money in Pelham Community Project history. They communicated with major companies and continuously researched in order to take a firm stand against anti-Semitism. Ultimately, they reached their goal of getting a mobile billboard to drive through Times Square, other significantly populated parts of New York City and Westchester, expressing their stance that New York students stand against anti-Semitism. We are so proud of them. The first award is presented to the project titled Stand Up to Jewish Hate Before It's Too Late from Lexi Glantz, Amelia Wolfgang, and Caden Espinoza. Please come up.
The second group receiving this award today worked tirelessly to create a plan on how to enhance the green space at the Pelham Municipal Center, working with town officials to create a brand for Pelham, as well as finding out what would attract people to green space by gathering community input. This group accomplished what many professionals are hired to do, and we are so proud of them. We know they will continue such incredible community service as they enter high school, and we are so excited to see the green space open in the fall. The second award is presented to the project entitled Community Development. Aaron Bourne, Nick Baptista, Mia Sacron, and Julie Sacrani.
Thank you, Ms. Pinsker and Mrs. Hogan. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Kathleen Vella and Mr. Todd Hembury to present the Tom Roxvold Character Award.
Thank you, Mr. Llewellyn. Tom Roxvold was an entertaining teacher that infused his love of science with humor. Known to all as Rox, he was a lifelong resident of Pelham and a PMHS graduate. He not only taught science at Pelham Middle School for over 20 years, but he also coached multiple sports and was deeply involved in many other aspects of serving his community.
He was loyal, honest, and empathetic, and encouraged these character traits in others by his example. This award is presented to 2 students who exemplified Mr. Roxfeld's dedication to school and to all things Pelham, and who spread their positive attitude and good humor while doing it. This year, the Thomas Roxfeld Character Award is given to Scarlett Christina and Tristan Paganuzzi. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Acasella to present our last award, the Tom Tobin Geo Award.
Thank you, Ms. Vella and Mr. Hembury. This final award is in honor of Thomas J. Tobin, a social studies teacher at Pelham Middle School from 1974 to 2007. Student government advisor for over 30 years, longtime coach and 8th grade team leader. The Tom Tobin General Organization Award is the highest award at Pelham Middle School. It is presented annually to 2 8th graders that demonstrate exemplary leadership, academic performance, and demonstration of Pelham pride. This year, the Tom Tobin Geo Award is given to Charlie McKee and Gianna Salerno.
Congratulations to all the recipients. And now on to the presentation of the 8th grade certificates. Mr. Burke, Mrs. Marrero, and Mr. Jackson, please join us on stage. All right, so folks, how many of you have attended a moving up or graduation ceremony in Pelham before? Keep your hands raised if you're familiar with the Pelham 1 clap. Wonderful. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to call each one of the students' names, followed by the 1 clap. After each row has been called, we'll applause, we'll switch rows, and leave a big one at the very end. Row 1, please stand. Yep. Millie Walters. Cortland Ato. Madeline Albus. Julia Anderson. Valentina Arakis. Levi Aronoff. Nicholas Baptista. Alessandro Barrera. Natalie Bass. Michael Bell. Zachary Bent. Zen Bhagwan. Andrew Beer. Sienna Beanie. Naomi Baruti. Aaron Bourne. Eliza Brennan. Norbert Bryan. Sally Buckold. Owen Bundy. Our next award will be presented by Board of Education member Mr. Burke, Henry Burke. Riley Campbell. Camila Campos Alfonseca. Philip Kapalia, Emmanuel Carcanage, Richard Carvajal, Sophia Cavorti. Congratulations, row one. Row one, you may be seated. Row two, please stand. Stella Centeno, Braden Clark, Liam Clark, Marilena Considine, Riley Constant, Catherine Cronin, Charlotte Crowley, Nayara Cruz Bastardo, Shiloh D'Agostino, Oliver Danaker, Daria Daney, Evan Davis, Ennis DeSoli, Alyssa D. Filippi, EJ D. Filippi, Amelia Dighton, Ron Dela Cruz, Maya Sky De Lima, Maggie Dembowski, Matthew D. Regatas, Jenna Du, Luigi De Cristofano, Alexa Di Domenico, Violet Di Pietro Antonio, Reen Dolan, Jenna Dominici, Emily Doherty. Congratulations, row two. Row two, you may be seated. Row three, please stand. Charlotte Duffy, Connor Egan, Aviv Eliezer, Jean English, Ari Esquero, Caden Espinosa, Jason Fabiani, Charlie Fanuel, Milo Ferreira, Henry Feuerstein, Sophie Fisher, Jackson Flaster, Lorenzo Flores, Hadley Flynn, Christian Foley, Trey Franklin, Harrison Fuqua, Christopher Gampat, William Garrow, Noah Getz, Lexi Glantz, Eleanor Gladstein, Alexander Grabowski, Brooke Green, Scarlett Christina, Sean Grubert, Kaiser Haynes. Congratulations, row three. Row three, you may be seated. Row four, you may stand. Ian Hurl, Zoe Helmers, Elizabeth Hemsley, John Hemsley, Sebastian Enriquez, Angeli Herrera, Josiah Hewlett, Akila Hines, Katarina Howard, Tanner Hughes. Justin Irani. This next award is going to be presented by Pelham Middle School teacher Dexter Jackson. Victoria Jackson. Adithya Jacobs. Jackson Jacobs. Tyler James. Arla Jaupai. Derek Johnson. William Kaplow. Amanda Karaki. Roman Kachura. Alice Kiami. Amelia Kisilov. Sophia Kisilov. Chase Kiesling. Isabel Kim. Angelica Kermser. Mehek Kumar. Jay Kurland. Congratulations, row 4.
Ready? Row 1, please rise. Ava Lasilla. Mac Laird. Samuel Landy. Julia Langerfeld. Bruno Lee. Warren Lesser. Perla Lamba Barrera. Simone Labarsky. Javier Luciano. Marie Lanou. Shane Mancuso. The next 2 diplomas will be presented by Board of Education member Mrs. Marrero. Conrad Marrero. Paz Marrero. Eduardo Martinez. John Dominic Massaro Polita. Andrew McGibbon. Blythe McGibbon. Catherine McGovern. Charles McKee. Z. McClellan. Maeve Meehan. Ella Memoli. Allison Mendez Perez. Matias Mendoza Quispe. Francesca Messina. Patrick Messina. Caroline Minji. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please rise. Zella Mitra. Peter Mogilner. Ariel Moyal. Matthew Munoz. Owen Morel. Ethan Muschler. Sananda Nagasar. Nina Newman. Rebecca Nazaj. Clayton Ningsai. Luca Nguyen. Willis Nee. Anthony Nicostri. Jaden North. Jackson O'Connor. Alessia O'Kane. Brooke O'Neill. Carter O'Neill. Daniel O'Sullivan. Zeke Obadulu. Gianna Otero. Malia Otundi. Tristan Paganuzzi. Anand Palshikar. Haris Palinchikov. Sophia Peterson. Henry Prella. Row 2, please be seated. Row 3, please rise. Corey Purcell. Margaret Reed. Paul Reynolds. Sam Roberts. James Robinson. Olivia Robles. Ian Rodriguez. Maddox Rodriguez. Olivia Rodriguez. Adam Roman. Michaela Rosado. Ayan Sadiku. Dennis Sadiku. Julie Sakrani. Mia Sakrin. Gianna Salerno. Ivana Sanchez. Ella Centeri. Edward Scott. Ella Salvadori. Jet Seymour. Milan Seymour. Era Shala. Noah Shama. Colleen Sheehy. Jared Slosky. Emily Sokoley. Row 3, please be seated. Row 4, please rise. Jack Sperano. Edward Spencer. Terrence Staples. Lucy Stiper. Julian Schnipp. Alex Tanaka. Josiah Taylor. John Tesoro. Declan Thomason. Jackson Tipple. Sophia Tiso. Lila Toe. Paulie Torres. Cody Tran. Joseph Trevino. Nicolo Vafiades. Tay Veach. Asher Venagopal. Ada Weishaupel. Lauren Wang. Reed Wibberley. Owen Weirstruck. Vision Williams. Benjamin Wolf. Lila Wolfenhout. Amelia Wolfgang. Cheyenne Worthington. Zamel Zaidi. Row 4, you may be seated. Please join me in congratulating all of our 8th grade students.
Congratulations. Before we move on, I have one more diploma I'd like to give out. I'd like to present a diploma to someone very special to me and our middle school that will be moving up to the high school with our students here as the interim principal of Pelham Memorial High School, Mr. Sean Llewellyn.
All good. I'll put this one for safekeeping
Yep.
here. Thank you.
It's been a privilege to work with Mr. Llewellyn. He came to Pelham in 2010 as a seasoned teacher and administrator. He was originally the supervisor of English 612, and in 2015, Mr. Llewellyn was appointed as a supervisor of International Baccalaureate. He was a leading force for Pelham to be named at IB World School. When I became principal, first thing I said to Dr. Champ was I really wanted Mr. Llewellyn as my partner. He was instrumental in us attaining the New York State National and School of Character. He's a leader that inspires, has vision, can tackle any challenge. He is compassionate, empowering, and helps to create a culture where students are first. He has a tremendous impact on me, our students, and our entire school, and it would be my privilege to work with him as principal of the high school. I did ask for a nicer day where it wasn't so hot, and I think the tent will hold up with this wind, so I think we're okay. So good afternoon again, and it's truly a privilege and an honor to stand before you as the principal of the middle school. I'd like to thank Dr. Champ, our superintendent of schools, Dr. Bowman, our assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, Ms. Holtz, our assistant superintendent for pupil personnel services, Dr. Thompson, director of humanities, but she stepped up as the interim assistant principal when I was out on leave, and she will be joining me in the middle school as the assistant principal next year. Dr. Callahan, our Director of Math and Science and bagpiper extraordinaire. Our Board of Education, our PTA, Pelham Education Foundation, my main office staff, my administrative assistant, Ms. Pagoni. She's got the job of keeping track of me and keeping track of what I need to do, and that is no easy feat. Ms. DiBartola, Ms. Rossi, and Ms. Cordella. Our security staff, thank you for being trusted adults to so many of our students. Our custodial staff, Mr. Condon, Mr. Sutton, and all of his team. These things don't just magically happen. They've been working for days and days, so thank you. Again, my assistant principal, Mr. Llewellyn, who stepped up as acting principal when I was out on leave so that I can concentrate on my health and get back here. So thank you very much. I want to thank Ms. Schwartz and our 8th grade mural committee. I'd ask them to please stand. Mural committee members and Ms. Schwartz, please stand. As Dr. Champ talked about our mural committee, our mural, every year I think they're never going to outdo the last year, and somehow they always do. So it's amazing, and thank you so much. And it truly embodies what it means to be an IB World School, so thank you. Thank you to our outstanding team leaders, Ms. Vitale, Ms. Lieggi. You've done so much to support the 8th grade. You're incredible teachers, leaders, and role models. Thank you. And finally, congratulations to the class of 2024. What a wild ride these past 3 years have been. A lot of my gray hair, I thank you guys for. Parents, we thank you for our partnership with you. We thank you for trusting us with your children. I remember in the 5th to 6th grade orientation, when I told you to put on your seatbelts, you were in for a wild ride. I also assured you that it would all work out in the end. And here we are. We made it. You too survived middle school. Parents, you should be proud of yourself. That is no easy feat. I assure you your children are ready for their next journey into high school. Faculty and staff, thank you for your commitment to the success of every student. You demonstrate your commitment day in and day out and are truly remarkable. Your dedication not only to teaching, but to the children and families of this community have made all the difference, not only this past year, but every year. I'm truly blessed to be working with such dedicated, caring, talented individuals. Thank you. And to the main event, the class of 2024. You continue to amaze us through your service and action. Each year, our 8th graders at Pelham Middle School work together to complete a community project, displaying their commitment, understanding, and desire to give back to the community around them. Students chose how they will make an impact on this world on either a global, national, or local level. Our students showed incredible dedication this year, and we are all so proud of you. Within the walls of Pelham, our students exemplified the Pelham spirit, teaching others, raising awareness about many causes, posting positive Post-it notes around the school, and contributing to an atmosphere of joy. Students even devoted themselves to cleaning the Pelham community each week to reduce pollution. Many students chose to expand their project further, reaching populations they may not have engaged with previously. Students displayed remarkable service as they partnered with homeless shelters, volunteered at assisting living, nursing homes, and donated camp supplies to teens in need. Students made connections with veterans, worked with children in hospitals, and took a stand against injustice, and have even seen through action. And once again, our students worked with our sister school in Tanzania, creating lifelong bonds. While there are too many incredible projects to name, we'd be here all night. I just wanted to express how proud I am of this group of 8th grade students. Their service was remarkable, and they truly went above and beyond to show how much they care about others, the environment, and the world around them. 8th grade, continue to persevere and continue to believe you can make a difference, because you can and you have. Thank you, students. A special thank you to our 8th grade teachers for helping navigate and inspire our students. Ms. Pinsker, Mr. Chimento, Ms. Hogan, Ms. Cordero, and Ms. Conrad. As you stand here today on the brink of a new challenge in your lives, it's hard to believe that just 3 short years ago, you came in as nervous 6th graders, not quite sure what to expect, worrying about getting lost, being late for class. What team will I be on? Will I have friends in my class? As the years unfolded, you had to navigate friend groups, sports, cafeteria, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and even academics. For the class of 2024, middle school has been a time to discover, to learn, to stand up for yourselves, love yourselves, and realize setbacks are temporary. As we look back, it is clear that all of you have come such a long way. You've made new friends, learned new things, and have grown as individuals. You have learned to overcome and learn to persevere. As you move on to the high school and face new challenges, please remember, you are not defined by social media, how many likes you get on a post, one poor grade, any one mistake. Continue to learn, grow, and remain open to new ideas and experiences. Continue to push the boundaries and make the world a better place. Fight for your seat at the table and even fight for someone else's seat. This moving up ceremony marks a major transition in your life. You have the chance to navigate a new path that has not yet been determined. Redefine yourself. Class of 2024, if you take anything away from your time in middle school, Please take this with you. Do not let the voice of others' opinions drown out your voice. You matter. Let me say that again. Do not let the voice of anybody else's opinion drown out your voice, because you matter. It has truly been my honor and privilege to be your principal. Congratulations. Family and friends, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We ask that you allow the graduates and the faculty exit the tent before you leave. Thank you very much.